Hi everybody! So we are now a little over the 1 week mark of having Sonic at home, and I posted a video a few days ago with some of her trick training and how it's been going for the week, but I wanted to do a wrap up and talk about the things that we worked on this week. So in the first week I had her, we worked on potty training, lots of potty training, going in and out of our kennel. Hi, what? Oh, do you want to sit down? What's the matter? She says, I don't want to sit here and be on cameras. I want to go do Aussie puppy stuff. All right, come on. Go do Aussie puppy stuff. We worked on going in and out of our kennel, just throwing a treat in and letting her go in, learning that. We worked on basic obedience stuff, sit, down, the very, very early beginnings of stay. We worked on lots of handling of the feet. Anytime she's in my lap, I handle her feet and her toes. Another thing I do is, in order to prepare her to be, have her nails done in the future and have her coat done in the future and everything, is I feed a lot of her dinner meals over on my grooming table. And what I do is I set her up there on the grooming table and I scatter her food on the table, and I have the Dremel that I use for their nails just sitting there running on the table. Now, you may not be able to start off with the Dremel that close to your dog if it scares them. She wasn't scared at all. So she actually walks right up when it's running and puts her nose on it. So I also do the same thing with a small dryer. I do show my dog, so I have a big, loud dryer, but I have a smaller, quieter one that I use for training purposes and stuff. So I'll sit that on the table and let her listen to it. And she's actually gotten to where I can kind of take the dryer and blow some air in her direction from a couple feet away, and she's okay with that. The minute I start seeing any sign of anxiety toward those items, for example, if she stops eating, then I know she's a little nervous and I back off. A lot of people try to rush the grooming thing, and so they wait till they need to do their dog's toenails to pull out the clippers. Well, they're not used to it at that point. I take weeks to get my dogs used to having their toenails done. Now, she's been a prodigy, and within 3 or 4 days she was actually letting me touch her nail to the Dremel. And if you look on my YouTube, I do have a video on Dremel training that goes through all of the details on it. But that's really, really important. I know so many people who really, really struggle with the toenails on their dogs, and you don't need to, because it is really so easy to prevent that. It takes about 2 minutes a day of working with them, and if you work with them 2 minutes a day for 3 months, your dog will let you do his nails for the rest of his life. You just can't pick up a dog and pick up a clipper or a Dremel and just do the nails one day. You have to train and get them used to that. It takes a lot of time. So we're working on that. Potty training is going pretty well. Potty training to me is something that takes time. I hear people say, oh, my 12-week-old's potty trained. I've never met a 12-week-old that was potty trained. My definition of potty trained means I can leave my house, I can go to work for 8 hours, I can come home, and there is no poo or pee anywhere, even if the dog's not in the crate. That means that dog just flat out will not have an accident in the house. And to me, that takes about a year. What I expect at a dog that is between 8 and 12 weeks old is for them to basically just be puppies. I don't really expect anything. I watch them closely. With some puppies, I keep them physically tethered to my body. I really haven't had to do that with her because she's so oriented on me that she really doesn't wander away anyway. But I do keep my eyeballs on her all the time. And I don't wait to see signs that they need to use the bathroom. I think that's the biggest mistake people make. They want to wait until the dog sniffs or goes to the door. Puppies don't do that necessarily. I mean, puppies can just be walking around and just go, oh, pee. And they just do it. So what I do is I proactively... Hold on. Sonic, what you doing? Get out that. Good girl. We're also working on just being able to call her, say her name, and when she gets into things, to be able to call her away from what she's into, and when she comes to us, pet us or reward her, or let her know that coming to us is a good thing. So with the potty training, people say, oh, I take her out once an hour. Once an hour is not nearly enough on a baby. Mine probably go out 3 times an hour. It just kind of depends. It depends on what they've been doing. If they've been quietly napping in my lap, I'll let them nap in my lap for an hour. But the minute that they pop their head up, I don't give them a chance to even get down on the ground. I don't let them walk to the door because they're going to potty on the way to the door. The instant they wake up from that nap, I pick them up and I carry them outside to the potty spot. After a play session, that's the biggest time. If they've been playing, and you can hear her right now playing with her toys. If they're sitting there and they're playing and they're expending a lot of energy, at the minute they're done, they're going to pee. So when you see that, just don't wait for them to tell you they need to pee. Scoop them up and take them outside. We have not had very many accidents in the house. 2 or 3 maybe. And by accidents, I mean that she physically started to go in front of me. I scooped her up and took her out. Your puppy should not be able to have accidents that you don't know are happening, because that means you're not really watching them closely enough. You're not giving them enough direct supervision. They should be in front of your eyeballs all the time. So you should know the instant they start to have that accident so that you can interrupt it just with any kind of loud noise, a clap, a snap, anything like that. I interrupt any sort of unwanted behavior usually with either a clap or a kind of noise. And all that does is get them to stop what they're doing and look at you, and then you can give them more feedback on what you want. So that's going pretty well. She actually is sleeping through the night. First 2 or 3 nights, she woke me up about halfway through the night to go potty. And now she hasn't. And now we do go to bed. Well, my husband goes to bed fairly late. He doesn't go to bed till about midnight. And, honey, come here, honey. Yes, good girl. Come here, good girl. Hold on a second. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Here, have this instead. Puppies. You always have to have your eyes on them. My husband doesn't go to bed till about midnight, and then I get up at like 5. So she's making it through that time span without any issues and not crying to go to the bathroom or anything. I do work full time, and so does my husband. I think I've showed pictures in my other videos of my large kennels that I use. I do try to get my mother or my father, who live next door, to come over about midday and give everyone a potty break. However, that's still too long for a puppy to go without a potty break. So what I do, as I've showed in my first video, is I put a turf potty pad inside that large kennel so that they have a bathroom area. And as far as I can tell, she's not even using it. She's just waiting. If she is using it, she's having really small tinkles that are not soaking through to the potty pad I have underneath it, because I'm not seeing any evidence of these accidents. So that's where we're at on the potty training stuff. We're starting to work on leave it. And what I do is, when she starts to get into something that she shouldn't, I say, leave it. And I say her name, she comes to me, I give her a treat. So she learns, that she needs to, that she gets something better when she leaves whatever it is alone. So I hope that helps people have an idea of where we're at on a week-to-week basis. I'm going to try to do these little short update videos once a week to show where we're at and how things are coming along. I will also include a couple of video clips at the end of this one. I have to look and see what I got. I think I've got one of us going outside to work on potty training, and there might be another one. I have to look and see. I record all the time during the week, and then just kind of piece it together at the end. So I'll probably have some stuff to add to the end of this video. All right, everybody, happy puppy training, and I'll see y'all next week.